StoryTime, Evoluzione Radio.
Dear lovers of stories and tales, welcome back on Storytime. I'm Vera and I'm all here to listen to our new guest. So today I'm joined by Hugo Cei. Hi Hugo.
Hi Vera.
Welcome on Storytime. And today we're gonna talk about his project, which is Hugo Cei Photography Tours. So Hugo, tell us a little bit more about this reality. How did you get started?
Well, I'm a photographer, but my main activity nowadays is being a photo tour leader. I not only love photography, but I also love sharing my best locations, places for photography, countries, landscapes, and cultures, and so on, with people. And I thought that I also love traveling, so I thought that combining those two aspects and sharing my passion with my guests would be a great job. Best job in the world, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. It sounds just like this. So, can you explain us a little bit more in depth what is specifically a photo tour?
So, a photo tour means typically we go to some destination.
Okay.
There are different types of photo tours. Some are more happening in a specific location. Just give you an example. Every year we go to Venice for the Venice Carnival, which is an event, happens every year. Hundreds of thousands of people with beautiful costumes that love to be photographed, and photographers who love to photograph them.
Of course.
But that happens in Venice. So we stay in Venice. Other tours are more itinerating. For example, next month I'm going to the Dolomites. And for 10 days we're staying there and we're traveling across that region. It's still a fairly small region, it's not a whole country, but we are traveling from place to place and visiting different locations during...
100%, during your photography tour. So, what type of guests do you welcome normally in your photography tours? Those are people who really enjoy photographs, taking photographs, amateurs. What kind of people can join your tours?
My tours are for everyone. Most of the people who come are amateur photographers. They have starting from beginners to advanced amateurs. They really want to experience a location, a country, and doing so while being taken care of and having somebody who basically takes care of all the minute details of the organization of a tour.
Of course.
Accommodation, locations, transportation, food. In addition to that, they also want to learn something. They want to learn how to improve their photography.
Right,
they love photography, but maybe they don't feel like
they lack of something that they aspire to, to get from you, to learn from you, right?
Yes, the idea is that people who come to like Venice or either Scotland or the Dolomites might be the only time in their life that they go to a place like that.
And in a group like that, because of course I think that one of the best part of these projects is that you're not alone, so that you can share everything with with someone who enjoys traveling and photography as much as you do, right?
That's a very important aspect of it. So people want to, could be a once in a lifetime experience, so they want to get the best photos out of that. But they also want, maybe they don't realize, but they realize it after a while.
Yeah.
They want to bring home great experiences.
Of course.
So it's not just the photos. What you get home from a photo tour, from a well-conducted photo tour, is not just the photos themselves, which sit on your computer in the end or are printed, but it's also the experience of actually being there in the moment and seeing things happen in front of your eyes, of doing so with a great group. As you said, exactly. One of the aspects of a photo tour is that it's a group tour. We do small groups, depending on the destination, could be from 6 to maybe 10, 12 people at most. So it's a very tightly knit. We don't want to have a busload of people just put them in front of a great sunset or a monument and
just
like the
grab
Colosseum
some
and take photos. No,
exactly. It's something
we want people to get to know
something
each other.
More.
We want to have conversations about photography, about the locations. We want to I want people to experience other aspects of a location which have not necessarily to do with images, like the food, for example, or the culture or the language of a place. I'm very much a lover of travel, and travel for me is also getting really intimate with the cultures, for example, or the food. And I'm a food lover, so when I organize tours, people can be sure that, especially if they come to Italy, I will select the best restaurants.
Of course, 100%, and that is a fair point, 100%. Listen, so you don't have to possess any particular or peculiar skills to join a photo tour.
No, I've had people who come with just a cell phone, and they're happy with just taking the snapshots. But most of the people want to learn something. We don't typically. I do a few workshops where there is more of a teaching and learning experience, but everybody can learn something. I'm always available, me or my collaborators, in giving any advice that is that would feel like giving or people are requesting. So people are definitely there to also improve their photography skills, but they don't need to start at any specific point in their travel. That's something for everyone.
Yeah. So, and let's say that one particular element that can be requested, maybe perhaps the curiosity and also the idea of sharing skills and the idea of listening to someone who has already a lot of experience in the photography domain, right? So the attention, maybe.
In my professional
the empathy
career,
to listen to others.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's say my professional career, which not always involved only photography, I've also acted in. I've been a trainer of people, so I love teaching. That's something. If people ask me a question, I'm happy to
reply, to answer to those questions.
Even sometimes maybe my defect is that I start.
And then you never
explain
end.
And then I never end, and I'm starting adding more and more information. People have to, stop. I got it.
Okay, I got it.
Stop there.
But it's okay. It's nice. It's peculiar in any case. So in any case, someone has to be willing to learn in these photography tours. Let's say that. So now we were talking about some tours, some planned tours that you're going to undertake in the future. So what other tours do you have in calendar for next year?
So next year we'll start like we do every year in February with the Venice Carnival. That's kind of become my main, the longest running tour that I've ever done. I don't know if this is going to be maybe the 6th time. So that's an experience that I love repeating again and again. After that, in April, we have more of a workshop than a tour because we're staying here in Milan. We're doing with my friend Steve Simon, who's American, we're doing a urban and street photography workshop, which means we're touring around the city of Milan.
That's amazing, because also like cities such as Milan, our city, our place behind the corner can have amazing place to discover and to capture through photography, you know?
Yeah, it's a great city. Sometimes it's a bit underrated.
Exactly.
But I think it has a lot to
it's
show.
all in the details, in what you perceive, in what you note. It's noticing, the art of noticing also sometimes, right? Okay, that's nice. So, sorry, yeah,
a few more just quickly. May, we're going to Scotland. We're traveling all across the Western Highlands and the Isle of Skye. Then we're doing a tour of Northern Italy, which includes Milan again, but we're traveling to Venice, the Dolomites, the Cinque Terre, Lake Como, and maybe a few other spots which I don't remember. After that, we still have to define the dates, but I'll probably be in Turkey in June, photographing Cappadocia. So we're photographing the landscape there. We're also photographing wild horses.
Wow.
So like a plus.
That's crazy.
July, we're going to be in Umbria, photographing hot air balloons and the region of Umbria. And then in October, I'll be back in the Dolomites. There might be others. I might go back to Japan, and maybe in the winter to Oman.
Okay,
Oman is a
very
country
interesting.
which tends to be hot, so
you
want to be there in the
100%.
winter.
And what are your favorite destinations?
I started as a landscape photographer, even though now I cover, being a travel photographer, I cover a lot of subjects. So when I'm in front of nature, pure natural
Bliss.
landscapes. That's what fills my heart with joy.
Yeah.
So I would say probably Scotland is a great place for landscape, and the Dolomites too.
That's great. That's great. Listen, we talked about the peculiar skills that someone who wants to participate, to take part into your photography tour need to have. Now, something different. What are the qualities required for a good photo tour leader, such as you?
Yeah. Some people might think that it's all about being skilled with the camera, but that's all. It's important, of course. You need to be able to assist people or teach people wherever needed, but there are other aspects which are equally as important, if not more important, like being a good organizer.
Exactly, we were talking about that before, right? Organizational skills and
organizational
everything
skills,
related.
People skills, having empathy, being able to talk to people, make them feel like they're being cared for.
Of course.
That's very important.
Yeah.
And a love of travel and the cultures we're going to visit. If you don't love, I don't want to, I want my guests to be travelers, not tourists. I don't want them to go to a place and just hide behind the camera. I want them to be as much as possible
and to experience
interact
everything.
With the people there and experience.
100%. So Ugo, we almost it's almost time to say hi, to say goodbye. So I just wanted to ask you one more question. Where can we find you? How can we get in touch with you and take part into this tour, these photography tours?
So my main point of contact would be my website, which is which is tours.ugocheiphotography.com.
Awesome.
You can also find me all on social media like Instagram or Facebook and others. I would say if you are just listening to this, maybe you're listening to the audio while driving or jogging, you cannot take notes, just type my name in Google. It's pretty unique.
That's great.
That's
so Ugo Cei Photography Tours. That's
just
amazing.
UGOCEI, you will find me easily.
Awesome. And of course, for who's following us on social media, just grab everything you can grab as far as contacts are concerned in the banner below. So thank you very much for sharing your stories with us, Ugo.
Thanks for having me.
And
great.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
StoryTime, Evoluzione Radio.